Welcome back to the WEC postgame here from Newark, where the Highlanders improved to 3-3, getting out of here with a 75-70 victory in a hard-fought contest and a nail-biter down the stretch, beating Sacred Heart. You're a coach, so first of all, I owe you congratulations, but I'd love to know what goes on in your mind in a game like that where every possession down the stretch means everything.
What goes through my mind is let's have it be 9:15, 9:30, and we have a W in hand. That was a heck of a college basketball game. Certainly wasn't as easy as we had hoped. We certainly expected a good game, and we jumped out to that early lead, and they're a tough team, and they're a well-coached team, and they're a good team, so they scrapped and got back. And certainly the last 45 minutes to an hour of that were not enjoyable, but it is what it is. It's college basketball.
And you know, it's funny because we talk about points here and this there, and even like the steals. And I'm going to bring up James Lee because you're a defensive guy. You like seeing good defense. You guys came in #1 in the America East in field goal percentage defense. It wasn't the steals that he had 4 of them in the first half. There were about 3 or 4 stops that he was responsible for in the second half, some against Tyler Thomas, one of the best scorers in the region, that make me think that he is a very valuable piece moving forward.
He's an elite defender. James is an elite defender. Booty is a tough defender that we kind of follow his lead. Makai Graves, certainly a very capable defender. Miles Coleman, the last 2 or 3 games, has really stepped up his defensive effort. Matt Faub plays with a ton of defensive energy. So we have some pieces defensively. We did an excellent job in the first half. I thought we controlled the tempo of the game, and we were able to jump out to the big lead because we got stops. You know, they were in the teens for most of the first half field goal percentage defense. That allowed us to play faster and build that lead. In the second half, they obviously got going. I thought a lot of that, and I'll need to watch the film, but we took some quick shots late in the first half, early in the second half, that led to them getting easier baskets. We certainly didn't defend as well in the second half. And that was one of the reasons they were able to get back in. But at the end of the day, they got 2 very good guards, in Clark and Tyler Thomas, and those guys. We did a good enough job down the stretch, to get the win. They had, I think Tyler had 29 points, but it took him 22 shots. So it was a good team effort defensively. And we just have to, we got to make sure we do a better job taking care of the ball and sharing the ball like we did. When we were good tonight on offense, we were good, and that allowed us to set our defense and to be solid at that end.
Second game in a row, you mentioned Booty Butler. He made a couple of plays, a couple of assists really, and a steal down the stretch that really stopped the bleeding at one point. But Miles Coleman, he's got this old school throwback, bad boys, old Knicks style play, this game where he bullies his way in and he can hit free throws. How important to have a guy who can seal again? To me, I can't really remember a guy. I can't put him in another category, maybe since Isaiah Wilkerson here, but with his strength, can just go and bully his way to seal a game.
Yeah, he's got a lot of tricks in his bag. He's a very complete offensive player. Like you said, it's kind of an old school game. He plays with great pace. You think he's slow, you think he's unathletic, but he's strong as an ox. He gets to his spot. He's got more pass fakes and shot fakes, to get the defense off balance, and that allows him to score and get to his angles and score the ball, and also get to areas where he can help his teammates. He's a very willing passer and a very unselfish player, and he makes tough plays. I mean, Miles last year, really got off to a tough start. Like he got to school in August, and he had to do the 14-day COVID because he was coming from Florida, and then he came back, and his roommate got it, and then he got it. So he spent so much time. He never got a fair shake from a basketball standpoint last year. When he finally did come back and we worked him into the rotation, of course he blew his ankle out. So now you're seeing, he's been in the system for a year now, and he's a very capable offensive player, and again, I harp on him about the defense, and I got to give him some credit. The last couple games, he's been pretty good defensively as well.
All right, we head into a game just 2 days from now against St. Elizabeth's at D3, but just before I let you go, you look at, and obviously the first game is what it is, okay? A loss here at home to Merrimack, played defenses in good stretches in the second half, could never get it going, didn't look great, but it's a team with a lot of new pieces.
Sure.
Now you play 2 high major teams down to the wire, you take care of some business against some mid-major teams. Is this kind of where you wanted to be in terms of getting this team, again, a bunch of pieces, new pieces together? Or what more can you expect or want to see from this team moving forward?
Well, we're moving in the right direction for certain. There was so many unknowns coming into the season with all the new pieces. We didn't have our guys here for summer school, but we did have them on training camp or what have you in August. But guys were in and out, and then we got them back to school, and again, guys were in and out. Matt Farr hasn't practiced a whole lot with us, and he's going to be a key part of what we're doing here. Suleiman didn't do anything from the end of last season until recently. So we had a lot of moving parts in practice early. We saw a lot of lineups in our two scrimmages that we hadn't even seen. We weren't real good in our two scrimmages. We felt like we were getting better practice-wise, and then opening night, Merrimack does a great job with that zone, so it's a different style of play. We kind of liked playing it early, because we had some time to prepare for the zone or what have you, but we did not shoot the ball well. So our first three competitions versus other opponents, Matt, were two scrimmages and the Merrimack game, and we didn't look great. I got to be honest with you, but I thought we really, got the ship right or what have you against Lehigh, and then we were very competitive. Rutgers, we were up at the half. We gave St. John's all they could handle. In the meantime, beat an FDU team that's very feisty, and these guys are going to be a good team. They got two very good guards. They got one of the region's best scorers, like you said. Nico Gillette's a handful on the glass, and they rotate a lot of different guards in. So I think tonight was a pretty good, win, other than the very, very good win. But other than that stretch where I thought our offense led to some offense for them.
Well, the gelling is happening. We can see it. It's kudos to the guys on the floor, but also the coaching staff. And for you, my friend, this was your scout. You put a lot of work into this game, so I want you to go home and get a good night's sleep. Put your pillow on the head after a nice victory here tonight.
Sure, and then we'll come back tomorrow. And you at our level, it's great opportunity for our guys to play these up games, where we get to go to Big Ten and Big East schools and all that and play. That's a great opportunity for our guys. Now we have to look at a game where we're playing a Division III game, and that's a great opportunity for those kids. And it's also a great opportunity for us to hopefully, stay on track and work on some things, and also get some of these guys that work their tails off every day in practice for us, kind of get them into the rotation and get them some game experience.
Yeah, well, hopefully it'll go as planned, and then guys, hope we get about 500. But again, baby steps. Great job tonight, Raph. Always a pleasure having you on.
Good. Thanks for having me.
All right. Top assistant Jeff Rafferty. I'm Matt Province. Highlanders win 75-70 here tonight against Sacred Heart.